Hello friends, welcome to the video number 22 for the Visual Basic for Applications in Excel series. And well, in this video we're gonna see how to nest loops. We're gonna be using a for next loop inside of another for next loop. So well, basically I have declared here my variables. I have a sum, a multiplication, an outer counter, an inner counter, and then a message. Just notice the multiplication. I have declared this as a long because, well, very fast this is going to go beyond 32,000 and something, which is the top that an integer can hold. So that's why we are going to use a long in here. And well, I'm initializing here my sum variable equals to 0 and multiplication equals to 1. Well, just for those that sometimes get lost on these little details, well, just remember, if you start your multiplication in 0, well, you are always going to get 0. Whatever you multiply by 0 is going to remain in 0. So we want to actually show some value in here, so that's why we are going to start at 1. You can actually start in whatever you like. Just, well, keep in mind that if you start at 0, you will always get 0. Now, this is my outer for, which is all this. So I have for the outer counter equals 1 to 3. And then here I'm going to repeat my next outer counter. And here I have my inner loop. Notice that I have a few more code inside of my outer loop or external loop. And so inside of the inner loop, I just have this line of code right here. So the inner loop says for the inner counter equals 1 to 5. What are we gonna do? Well, we want the multiplication to be equal to whatever it is right now, but multiplied by the value of the inner counter, and then assign it again to this variable, and then next inner counter. So we're going to repeat this part 5 times, and then we're going to come here to the message, and we're going to display the value of the multiplication in the inner loop or the inner counter. And then we're going to make a sum. Now this is not the inner, this is the outer counter. This is what I want to be putting here in this variable, in the sum variable, and then we're going to display here when we finish all the loops. We're going to display here in a message box the sum of the outer counter is equal to, well, whatever we get. And so this loop is going to be repeated 3 times in this case. This inner loop is going to be repeated 5 times. And well, I have placed these watches because we're gonna do it, well, first we're just going to run it, and then we're gonna do it in a step-by-step. If you don't remember how to create these watches, remember you can just double click on the variable so that you can select everything. Then give a click with the secondary button of your mouse and come here to the add watch, and then just click OK, and that should add your watch right here. So let's just run the program and see what it does. So here it's telling me, okay, we are in the inner loop, and says the multiplication of the inner counter is 120. Then for the second loop, the second outer loop, right, we are multiplying another 5 times, so we get 14,400. And then another 5 loops is the third time. This is a third time on the outer loop, and well, the multiplication is whatever this number is, about almost 2 millions. So okay, and then finally it tells me, okay, the outer is the sum of the outer counter is equals to 6. Okay, so let's just now do this step by step. Let me try to reach my F8 key. Okay, whoops, wrong one, that's the F9. Okay, So we can see now in the watches, the OIMAL variables are initialized, and I can see multiplication is actually 1. So let's continue. So I am doing the loop, the inner loop. You can see here I'm going on the 4th cycle. This is the 5th time. So I finished, then I move to the message box. Then I'm gonna execute this sum. So I can see here my sum is right now just 1. And then I'm gonna start the outer counter is the second time I'm gonna be passing through here. And I'm gonna do it another 5 times. You can see the inner counter goes back again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's making my multiplications again. And then again. Then we finally finish, exit the outer for loop, and then we continue with the program just by displaying this last message. So the sum of the outer counter is 6, right? It's right here on the watches, and we press F8 one more time just to finish or to end the subroutine, and everything gets cleaned up from the watches. And well, that's basically it. So you can nest as many for loops as you need to. Just keep in mind that as the more loops you nest one inside of another, and then you start incrementing this, so you are gonna make, I don't know, the outer loop is gonna be 100 times, and then the inner is another 100 times. Then well, you are gonna have what, like 10,000 cycles, I think. So it becomes a lengthy task very, very fast. So well, just keep that in mind. If you start experimenting, you can just click here to the reset button to stop, or if you are out of the editor, just try hitting the escape or that Control Alt Delete combination in your keyboard to kill the the execution of your lengthy program making loops inside of another loops. All right. So well, as always, I hope that you find this information useful, that you like the video, and well, please don't forget to subscribe. Please share and like this video. And well, as always, thanks all of you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.